Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. I'm not so worried about prolonging my days, but I would like to have it well with me and with my children. There's a friend in the family. Hernandez is his name, and he's a logger up in the Cuba, New Mexico, up in the mountains. And I don't know that he's a vile man, but he's sure not a godly man. But he had a daddy that was a preacher. And his daddy had a .45 Colt with pearl handles, and he would preach with that gun under the pulpit. But this boy, he wouldn't go to church. He didn't do anything in church. He cussed like a sailor. He was terrible. But man, everything went well for that man. I mean, everything. Buying property, the state would go through to cut a highway or widen a highway. They would call on him to do the logging on either side of that road. So it was always well with him. In spite of his wicked ways, it was probably because of his daddy. And so, there's many places through here that talk about it being well with you, and obviously with the children. Then there's one more place in Hosea. I don't know if I can find it in this book. Micah, Amos, coming fast. Hosea. I didn't write that down either. Let's see here. It has to do with guiding your way. I'm going to grab my Bible if that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I was in Africa, and it's like Honduras, it's like Mexico, it's a lot like Japan, where everything is 8 and 10 foot walls with serpentine wire and broken glass on the top. And if you wanted to get into a certain yard on these roads, you can't just go in there. You have to actually knock on a particular gate, a steel iron gate, and get in. Here in Hosea chapter 5, it's written, "Hear ye this, O priests, and hearken, ye house of Israel, and give ye ear, O house of the king, for judgment is toward you, because ye have been a snare on Mizpah, and a net spread upon Tabor. The revolters are profound to make slaughter, though I have been a rebuker of them all." God's trying to speak to Israel and get them to change. "I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me, for now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled. They will not frame their doings to turn unto their God." You know what? You and I could stay up late and watch TV, and you won't have strength to pray and read your Bible in the morning. You're not framing. It's like a hallway, any hallway anywhere. If you want to have a room off by itself or a bathroom, and you don't want people wandering through your house to get there, you create a hallway, right? So you can go through that hallway, and you're going to end up in one place. And if you don't guide your life, if you don't frame your behavior and your beliefs and the way you think, you're not going to get to the bathroom. You're not going to get to reading your Bible and praying in the morning or witnessing. Guess what? If you don't carry tracts, you probably won't pass one out. I still do construction work. I enjoy that. But everybody's in a hurry. You go into Lowe's at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning. They don't have time to talk to you about the Lord.
Right.
You just take out a tract and you pass it out. So you got to frame your doings.
Yeah.
You don't get to play the piano unless you practice, huh?
Yeah.
Same with all the trades or any form of behavior. And then the last one, Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 3. Where are you? It's written here, and they bend their tongues. Let's see, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth. Mm-hmm. We don't proclaim. We're not Christians on purpose. We're more shy, or we're not proactive. We're just kind of cruising in our faith. We're just kind of cruising in our religion. So we're not valiant. Mm-hmm. Remember David's mighty men? Yeah. They were men of valor. Remember, one of them killed 800 people with a spear at one time, all by himself. Yeah. Others killed 300 at a time, and his hand clave to his sword. Yeah. They're not valiant for the truth. Are you and I these things? Do we frame our doings? Are we valiant for the truth? And do we keep the statutes and commandments of the Lord, that it might be well with us and with our children?
Amen. Thank you, Kenneth Stacy. Appreciate that.